Well, hello everybody, mamas and daddies, brothers and sisters, lovers and haters. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, pretty excited today. I'm here in the van studio. Um, my wife, she asked me a question the other day, and she said, "Oh, so you've got this quilt," she said, "for privacy?" And I said, no, because when I camp out, a lot of times I'll just hang my hammock in the van and things like that. But I said, no, it's not for privacy. I said, I've got that so that in the mornings, like if it's cold, that I can just cut the heat on and I'm not heating this whole big old van up, because I've never finished the van build yet. I don't know when I'll finish that. Eventually, maybe. Who knows? I may end up with another van before I finish it. Anyway, some really exciting news today. I hadn't mentioned anything on the channel about it for quite some time. I've not mentioned anything about riding. So back, I don't know, maybe a year ago, something like that. Maybe, I don't know, 10 months. I don't know when it was. But anyhow, so Amy told me that she didn't want to do any more big cross-country motorcycle trips, that she didn't want to ride the motorcycle. And I said, well, there's really no need for me to keep the Super 10 array if you don't want to ride with me. And so I sold it. We went back and forth. We had this discussion so many times, and for a long time she'd be like, no, don't sell it, but ultimately I just, it was a really nice bike, and I never left it out in the weather. I always kept it put up. Basically, it was in a climate-controlled environment its whole life, except for when we rode it to Alaska. And but I come to the, okay, I'm going to sell it. So I sold the bike for a really good price. I mean, I sold it to a young guy. I think he was maybe from Georgia. And it was a dream bike. And this one was, ours was fully outfitted. Everything you could get from TourTech, we had on them. And at the time. And as I began hunting and searching, it got me excited again about riding, because I hadn't really rode any in a while. I mean, probably going on 2-3 years. I mean, I got that one out a little bit, but then ultimately it just sat and collected dust. But and I've had enough time that I've missed riding. And I got to hunting and looking, and I thought, okay, I don't want a big bike. It's just me. And I told Amy, I said, well, I'm going to get me another bike. And she's like, really? And I said, yeah, I'm going to get me another bike. And after much deliberation on what I wanted, I knew I didn't want at this point in time to buy a new bike. I wanted to get a used bike just because of price. And the big van, I love this thing, but it is expensive with the work that I do. I am spending, if gas is $3 a gallon and all I have to do is go directly to Lake James and back home, then I can get by with $100 a week. But I go, with my work, I make a lot of trips to hardware stores, and they're not close by. Nothing up here's close. Everything's far apart. So I've been spending, 100, 120, 150, even sometimes $200 in a week on fuel. So, at $100 a month, $400 a month, that's still not good, but that's not too bad. But with the gas prices being what they are, I usually am much more than 100. I'm in between 120, 150 generally, but sometimes, like I said, sometimes up to 200. So $200 a week is $800 a month. So you do the math, but for me, I'm like, And I done told them, look, guys, I'm not bringing the van to work every day. You know, so if I'm going to have to get something, then I'll take the van and I'll go get it. And I haul all kinds of stuff with this van. Everything from plywood, sheeting, beams, 2x6s, whatever it may be, I haul on the van. But I'm going to start leaving the van here, and it's getting wintertime, so, you know, I'm going to have some cold weather riding to do. But anyway, I want to show you guys the bike. So here we are in front of the boat shed, and I got myself a Kawasaki Versus X. And went through looking at everything, and I got this one because of the I already had pretty much everything I wanted. I already had bags on it, I already had a Corbin seat on it, I already had a taller windshield on it, the lights and whatnot. And we will get more into this as I you know, start riding it a little bit. You know, probably not much I'm going to change on it. Possibly might put me a bias plate up in the front, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to check a little bit and see how I like it, whatnot. Might put a slip-on exhaust on it. I'm not sure about that either, but here's what we got. All right, guys. Hope you have a great day, and we're getting ready to get some big rain, so that'll be kayaking for me this weekend. All right, bye now.